Have you ever wondered what happens to animals in a natural disaster? People can help themselves, but who's going to help these animals? Melissa Rubin has been on staff at the Humane Society of the United States for 20 years now. She uses her education and skill set to help animals who cannot help themselves. The background and education of Melissa Rubin helps her to run this organization and keep up with her responsibilities. Alright, here I just have a little bit of information about the Humane Society. On the local level, there's shelters, which is just what we know basically, where people like us would volunteer. And it's just where people can adopt animals or find a pet that they've lost. On the national level, funds are received and distributed to further help these smaller organizations, such as like on the local level. And preventative measures are also set up to handle crisis and disasters like hurricanes, wildfires, and stuff like that. Melissa Rubin is on staff at the Humane Society of the United States, and she runs 5 caregiving centers and the Veterinary and Medical Association for the Humane Society. She's a degree in environmental science from American University and a Juris Law degree from Washington School of Law. She began at the Humane Society as just on the General Counsel, where basically she just helped out with anything to deal with lawsuits or possible lawsuits or things like that. And then later she received a certificate in nonprofit business management from Johns Hopkins University. And after receiving that certificate, she went from the General Counsel to her current position as Vice President of Field and Emergency Services. After making the transition from General Counsel to Vice President of Field and Emergency Services, she started working with natural disasters, where she'd go out and help animals involved in disasters like Red River floods, hurricanes, wildfires. Prior to all this, though, she volunteered with a veterinarian service program where they would go out and build spay and neuter clinics in rural areas. Melissa Rubin has 2 jobs for the Humane Society. The first job she has is setting up natural disaster relief. She rescues animals from these disasters, and she uses her business and organization skills to put together teams to help her do it. During Hurricane Katrina, she rescued 10,000 animals. She was able to return 2,270 of these animals back to their owners, which is pretty incredible if you think about everything that was going on during Hurricane Katrina. She put together a crew of 200 volunteers who she managed every day, and these volunteers would clean out cages, kennels, and also just in general take care of the animals. That's one person managing a crew of 200 people. In 2008, she had to plan very quickly for California wildfires. In 24 hours, she put together a crew of 20 Humane Society members who went out to help animals. Now, that's a little different than what they were used to, because instead of rescuing dogs and cats, they were rescuing farm animals like horses and cows, which is presumably a little bit more difficult because the animals are larger. Her crew was so organized that if you called saying you needed help with your animals, within 12 hours they would respond, which is amazing for a crew of just 20 people to be able to do, considering they're covering such a broad area. And then here, most of this is just the information I've already told you, but she's well known for going into these natural disasters and just going in and helping these animals when she really doesn't gain much from that other than just a sense of self-pride. Here is just a picture of them during Hurricane Katrina. They had to take boats in because the roads were all flooded to rescue these animals. And then here's a picture of a horse. This is an actual picture from the California wildfires, and the horse is actually running away from the flames. These are the flames right here. Her second job for the Humane Society is distributing funds, such as grants and anything like that. She distributes this money to organizations who help rescue animals and help educate people about animals. For example, she donated $900,000 to Mississippi State University to put in a surgical spay and neuter program. This money helped them to continue to help animals from Hurricane Katrina. She also donated $250,000 to the St. Bernard Parish. Now, they used this money to build up a new facility where people could come in and rescue pets and find lost pets, and most of these animals were from Hurricane Katrina as well. Melissa Rubin deserves to be commended for these things she's done for the Humane Society over the past 20 years. Now, here is just some of the same information that I told you. And she's really well known for going in and just donating so much money to help these animals. And that's really what keeps the Humane Society flowing, is all the smaller local shelters and the schools to get this money. And with her help, she helps evenly distribute it out where it's most needed. And this is a picture of Melissa Rubin after they opened up the new facility in St. Bernard Parish, where she donated the $250,000 for. Melissa Rubin has accomplished a lot on behalf of animals everywhere. From beginning of her career with the Humane Society to the end, without Melissa Rubin, who knows where these animals who were involved in natural disasters would be. And without her business skills and organization, she wouldn't have been able to donate all this money evenly. Melissa Rubin's contributions have benefited people and animals everywhere. With her skill set, she's helped to build up these smaller shelters, which has just helped the Humane Society in general. She's made sacrifices and devoted her life to helping these animals. Without people like Melissa Rubin, who knows where these animals would be. This is my bibliography. The first source I have here is just where I got the information from Hurricane Katrina. The second source is where I got the information about her donating money through Mississippi State. The third source is where I got the information about just her in general. The fourth source here is where I got the information about her and where they went into the California wildfires. And the final source is where I got the information from the St. Bernard Parish. So thank you for listening.